If your Monstera smells even a little like a swamp, that's not overwatering. That's Monstera root rot starting to eat your roots alive. And here's the key thing most people miss. Your soil can feel dry on top and still be drowning the roots underneath. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the exact rescue sequence to stop rot, save healthy roots, and get new growth again, without guessing and without doing the one popular step that can actually make things worse. Root rot is one of the fastest ways to lose a Monstera because the damage happens where you can't see it, below the soil line. Leaves can look randomly sad for weeks, and then suddenly the plant collapses because the roots are gone. The good news is, root rot is fixable if you follow a clean, simple order of operations. Quick note before we jump in. If you want the full Save It and Prevent It Forever playbook, my book, The Monstera Survival Handbook, How to Instantly Spot Symptoms, Cure Common Plant Illnesses, and Protect Your Monstera from Pests, Diseases, and Root Rot, is for you if you've already lost a plant and you refuse to repeat it. You don't want to guess between overwatering, underwatering, pests, or disease, and you want a straightforward system you can follow in real time. For a limited time and limited quantity, you can use code MONSTERAPRO for 50% off. When the promo allocation is gone, it's gone. Now, let's save your Monstera, starting with a 60-second test that tells you if it's actually root rot. Step 1 is diagnosis, because the wrong fix can make rot worse. Here are the fastest signs of Monstera root rot. 1. Soil stays wet for a long time. If it's still damp 7 to 10 days after watering, that's a red flag. 2. Yellowing that starts low and keeps spreading even though you watered correctly. 3. Drooping plus soft stems near the base. 4. Smell. Healthy soil smells earthy. Rot smells sour, musty, or swampy. 5. The pot feels heavy days after watering, like it's holding water. If you have 2 or more of those signs, don't wait. Go to Step 2. Step 2. Unpot and inspect. Root rot is not solved from the top of the pot. Gently slide the plant out. If it's stuck, squeeze the pot walls or run a butter knife around the edge. Shake off loose soil, then rinse the roots under lukewarm water so you can actually see what's healthy. Healthy roots are firm and usually white to light tan. Rotten roots are brown or black, mushy, slimy, and when you pull lightly, the outer layer can slide off like a wet string. That's rot. If you rinse and see a few black mushy roots but the rest are firm, that's an easy save. If most roots are mush, we can still save it, but Step 3 matters even more. Step 3 is the make or break step. You must remove all rot. If you leave mushy roots behind, the rot spreads again because you didn't remove the problem, you just repotted it. Sterilize your cutting tool first. Rubbing alcohol works. Cut everything mushy back to firm tissue. If a root is brown but still firm, keep it. If it's soft or slimy, it goes. When you squeeze a healthy root, it feels like a cooked noodle that still has structure. A rotten root feels like applesauce in a tube. If it collapses, cut it. If you discover rot climbing into the stem base, you may need to cut the plant above the rot and re-root a healthy node. It sounds scary, but it can be a total reset. Step 4. Disinfect and dry, briefly. You can do a quick rinse with diluted hydrogen peroxide, 3% mixed 1-to-1 with water. Or you can skip chemicals and focus on clean cuts and airflow, which is often enough for mild cases. Then let the roots air dry on a paper towel for 30 to 60 minutes. You're not dehydrating the plant. You're letting the cuts dry slightly so they don't go straight into a wet environment. Step 5 is repotting. This is where prevention gets built in. Rule 1, do not oversize the pot. A pot that's too big holds water too long. After root rot, your root system is smaller, so it needs a pot that matches what's left. Rule 2, use a chunky Aroid mix that breathes. You want air pockets. Think soil that doesn't pack down. A simple mix:
potting mix for the base, orchid bark for chunk and airflow, perlite or pumice for drainage, and optionally cocoa chips or charcoal for structure. If you water and the pot stays heavy for a week, your mix is too dense or the pot is too large. Your Monstera can't drink its way out of a swamp. Root rot isn't usually a watering problem, it's a drying problem. Step 6. Watering reset. Right after repotting, if you removed a lot of roots, wait about 24 hours before watering so cuts aren't sitting wet immediately. Then water enough to lightly settle the mix. Don't turn it into soup. Going forward, water only when the top 2 to 3 inches are dry and the pot feels noticeably lighter. If you can't tell, use a wooden chopstick. Push it in, pull it out. If it comes out damp with soil stuck, wait. And stop watering on a schedule. Water on dryness. In winter or low light, once a week is often too much. In bright summer light, the same plant might dry faster. Your plant changes and your schedule should too.
Step 7 is recovery mode. For the next few weeks, give bright, indirect light to help it use water and regrow roots. Keep it warm and avoid cold drafts. Hold fertilizer for 4 to 6 weeks if the root system took a hit. New roots first, then food. Here's the prevention checklist. Make sure the pot has drainage holes. Avoid decorative pots that hold water underneath. Don't let the plant sit in runoff water for hours. And if you keep getting fungus mats, treat the cause, usually consistently wet soil. If you're thinking, I'm scared to unpot it, I'll make it worse, here's the truth. If it's root rot, leaving it in the same wet conditions is the risky choice. The rescue steps are controlled and reversible. You're not randomly cutting, you're removing damaged tissue and giving the plant a setup where it can regrow. Let's recap. Diagnose fast. Heavy pot, wet soil, yellowing, and smell. Unpot and rinse so you can see the roots. Cut all mush back to firm tissue with sterilized tools. Optional disinfect, then air dry for 30 to 60 minutes. Repot smaller in a chunky, breathable mix. Reset watering based on dryness and pot weight, not a schedule. And use recovery mode. Bright, indirect light, warmth, and no fertilizer early. If you want the full system, symptoms, cures, prevention, pests, diseases, and root rot, grab my book, The Monstera Survival Handbook, How to Instantly Spot Symptoms, Cure Common Plant Illnesses, and Protect Your Monstera from Pests, Diseases, and Root Rot. Use code MONSTERAPRO for 50% off while the limited promo quantity is still available. And next, watch my video on Monstera watering mistakes that cause yellow leaves, because if you fix your watering rhythm, you prevent root rot from ever coming back.